Paulie has this bad habit of whenever we have current or former football players on, he wants to know what it feels like to either be blocked or tackled by them. Last time we had Marcus Freeman. Marcus shows up and he says, "You're the guy I hit last time." and Paulie's sizing him up and he goes, "Looks like coach has lost a little bit of weight there." You know?
Get lean for the season.
We're not doing that.
I'm retired.
Not going to put so is he. Not going to put a helmet on. Yes, Marvin.
The scariest part was it was a slow motion demonstration. And I could hear, that was just slow motion.
He's Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame head coach, his 5th season, and played, of course, at Ohio State, the Ohio State. Drafted by the Bears, your Bears, in the 5th round of 2009, as we make way for Marcus Freeman back on the program. Look at you.
How we doing?
I'm doing great. You know, nice to talk to a fellow Buckeye here.
Ohioan.
Yeah.
Ohioan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what we say around here.
How would you compare, because it came down to Notre Dame and Ohio State for you, right? What was it about Ohio State that made you, even though you're from Ohio, but that you chose Ohio State over Notre Dame?
We're really getting into this, huh?
Let's just get the tough questions out of the way, and then we'll have the easy ones.
I think they always come down to relationships. A lot of decisions, especially for young people, are about relationships. I just went through this with my son, who committed to Cornell for wrestling. And as a parent, you have your reasons for why you make decisions, but young people still base a lot of their decisions off of relationships. And I think that was probably the 18-year-old Marcus Freeman that made that decision based off relationships.
Compare and contrast USC Notre Dame versus Ohio State Michigan.
Very similar if you're in one of the schools, right? If you're in it. So Notre Dame, USC, when you're a part of this football program, there's nothing bigger than that rivalry. And I think the same thing is if you go to Ohio State or Michigan, you're from Ohio, there's probably nothing bigger than that rivalry. And so for us, when we talk about this rivalry versus USC, the longest intersectional rivalry, meaning interconference, right? And I'm sorry, not interconference, but not in the same conference. And that's what makes it special. It's kind of the foundation of Notre Dame and the ability to go and say, hey, we'll play anywhere in the country. We don't have a conference. And that's how this program was built. And that's why it means a lot. I mean, it's been going on for many years.
Yeah, but why is it in jeopardy?
Listen, I don't you know.
Do you want to talk about Ohio State?
Look, you know, there's decisions that institutions make based off conference, you know, scheduling and things like that. And I know that's playing into some of the discussions that USC is having, I'm sure, with our administration. And the higher-ups, I'm sure, are, you know, going back and forth on maybe little details, I think. So I don't know. You know,
but it feels like USC, it's tougher to throw in another great opponent when you're in the Big Ten, when there's quality opponents, and you know you can't have 3 losses and be in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Like, let's just look at the business side of this. It feels like USC means more to Notre Dame than Notre Dame means to USC.
Yeah, I don't know what we mean to them, but I know it means a lot to us. It does. The rivalry, the quality of opponent, the respect for the program, it does mean a lot to this university and this football program, and we want to see it continue.
What was it like first time you took the field as the head coach at Notre Dame?
Man, it's a blur. I know it was in Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale. We were playing Oklahoma State in the Fiesta Bowl, and you don't know what you don't know. You know, it's adrenaline rush. You're running out there. I'm used to being a defensive coordinator. And then all of a sudden, there was moments in the game, like I got a call timeout. I'm like, oh, somebody called timeout. It's me, you know? And so.
All the things that you kind of weren't involved in.
Yeah.
Now you're involved in.
Yeah, amen. Now you have to be the one to make those decisions. And so you learn through experience. But that first one was It was a blur.
But how important was it to make your debut in a bowl game as opposed to starting your career during the regular season? Did it matter?
You know, did it matter? I don't know what it would be like to not start a career not in a bowl game. You know, so it's hard for me to compare what that's like. You know, we played Oklahoma State. We had time to get ready for that opponent. But you wanted to say, I mean, you had transition. You were a new head coach. You had some guys that didn't play in the game. You had to put, you know, who's playing. It was a unique time, and there's unique times and challenging times today. But I know in that moment it was just a whirlwind of different things trying to figure this thing out.
But you're navigating, and this is NIL and transfer portal, and it's just not coaching football. Like if it was just coaching football, you'd probably have Saban would probably still be coaching. But you throw in all the other stuff here.
Yeah. You're leading a program. You have to be adaptable. You're not just, as you said, a football coach. You're a person that wears many hats, and you have to figure out what's important at that given time. And I think that's what leadership is that if it's a recruiting hat, if it's an NIL hat, if it's a football hat that you got to wear, all those different things, it's the ability to put one on, take one off, and really focus on what needs to have your focus at that given moment.
Well, it's almost like practice or games are the best part of all of this because you're not worried about all the other nonsense.
Yeah, you enjoy that. That's probably the time you really get to be a part of what attracted you to this profession, right? Being around the players, leading them, but also football. Like you love the game of football and you love the competition, and you know Saturday's a reflection of how you practice. And so, yeah, you enjoy that probably the most.
We're talking to Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame head coach, and, of course, hosting USC. We had Brady Quinn on first hour. He said your quarterback's the best quarterback in the country.
He said that?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. He would know. I mean, he's a quarterback.
He says he's playing better than anybody, and he said the tape doesn't lie. Now, I know he's your quarterback, but tell me how you got him, and what did you think you got when you brought him in?
Yeah, I mean, it's a unique recruiting experience talking about the grandson of Lloyd Carr. I actually played in some games against Lloyd Carr. And, you know, you have his grandson that has interest in Notre Dame, and it's real interest. And then you're able to grow a relationship and convince him, and he felt that this was the best place for him. And I knew at that moment he was different. Right, to a kid that grows up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, has legacies of Michigan ties, and to say I want to come to Notre Dame, that showed you he's a leader. He doesn't follow trends, and then you get him here, and we got him here for bowl practice. We were getting ready for I think it was 2 years. I can't remember who we were getting ready to play, but. He comes in, he's supposed to be in high school, and he starts practicing with us for a bowl game. And he was a scout team quarterback, and I'll never forget, like, there was a time.
So he graduated early from high school.
Yeah, and it was this new rule that if you graduated early, you could come and practice with a college team, but you couldn't participate in the bowl game. But I just remember there was one time he gets yelled at by our defense coordinator at the time for not throwing the ball maybe somewhere he was supposed to throw it. And to see him respond, most kids would melt, right? And to see him respond and say, yes, sir, next time. And just go. And, I mean, I was like, this kid should be in high school. He's different. And now 2 years later, he has he's a really good quarterback. He's blessed with great skills. But he has a unique trait that not many people have, and that's that competitive spirit. That's that leadership mentality that he has, and he's pretty special.
The schedule, I don't know if you had any say in the schedule to start the year. Did you have any say in playing Miami at Miami? Or
I don't know when that game was scheduled, but I wouldn't have said no.
Okay.
Yeah.
But those are two tough games right out of the gate.
Yeah.
But can you have good losses? You ever had a good loss?
No loss is a good loss. Losing is awful. But I always say be grateful for the pain of loss, because that pain is there to help you grow. It's uncomfortable. It's no different than physically when you have a cut on your arm. You want to do things to stop the pain, right? The same thing when you lose a game. The pain is there for you to learn from it, to get better and to make that pain go away. So it stinks to lose. Nobody wants to lose, especially if you're a competitor, but you have to utilize that pain to help you grow. And so, yeah, it's a good loss in that sense, that the pain was there to help us get better, and I believe we did.
What do you remember about being drafted by the Bears?
It was a lot. The wait was always, I always tell our guys, the wait's going to be longer than you expect, right? Because you always hear a range of slots that you can go. And it was a long couple days for me. But when you get the call, it's that childhood dream. I got drafted into the NFL, and then Lovie Smith was the head coach at the time, and they had Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs, and Jay Cutler was the quarterback. I mean, you were living a dream, and then you get there and you say, oh, this is a job. And it's not as much a dream, it's a job. And it was a great experience, one that I'll cherish. And it was short. I wasn't there for too long, but it was a great opportunity.
But when did you realize there was a difference between you and Brian Urlacher or Lance Briggs playing linebacker?
Well, when you see Brian Urlacher, you realize right away, like, oh, there's a big difference between us, you know. But the knowledge that they had, so how fast they played the game, because the knowledge, they had clarity in terms of what was being asked of them. And that was a huge transition for me, to learn a Tampa 2 defense, something new, and to try to play fast. Like, everybody you recruit, and here's how I use it in college, everybody you recruit is really good in high school. Why? Because they're playing fast. They have clarity in what they're being asked to do. The guys that come here and can learn the playbook and what they're being asked to do and play with that clarity, the guys usually play earliest. And so that's probably what I realized more than anything, is that, hey, man, those guys understand the ins and outs of everything they're being asked to do.
But you bring up something really interesting, is we look at guys who are quick and fast, but if you know where you're going, you're even quicker and you're faster.
That's right.
And I think that that's underrated sometimes. We go, boy, that guy's got God-given ability. Yeah. But if Urlacher knows I have to go there, and I'm already fast to get there, I'm even faster, and that's where they disrupt plays on defense.
100%. We have a saying, clarity equals velocity. And so the more clarity you have, the faster you're going to be able to play. And that's what we have to do as coaches, is create clarity for our guys to go out there and play fast.
How far is your office from here?
A couple hundred yards.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Not too far.
What is it like? Did you ever walk this campus by yourself when you first got this job? Like, you can't help but see history.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how that – it impacts me every time I walk this campus. Mm-hmm. But it's like West Point. When you're there, I mean, you're in a whole different world.
Yeah.
And there are very few campuses like that with this history. But I didn't know if you ever found yourself, you're just walking the campus and really letting it sink in of where you are.
I do it often. I still do it to this day. I remember when I came here, when I was looking at potentially being a defensive coordinator, and I was with my wife, and I remember saying, this is the most beautiful campus I've ever been on. And it was just perfect, right? It's a hard way to describe it. But I still do it to this day. I run on campus, I walk early in the morning, and sometimes go by the Golden Dome. And it's a reminder of the gratitude that you have for this place, the history of this place, the people that have come before you. And I think for me, it's the responsibility to continue to make it better, to elevate it. And it's a great responsibility, but a great reminder as you look around this place.
Did you cry when you got the head coaching job?
No, I didn't. That doesn't mean I wasn't emotional.
Your players were emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great video. Yeah. That video is wonderful. But it's a testament to you. It's a testament to they got the right guy. I
hope so. I hope you. You know, I look at that moment and I was just as excited to go greet them as the video showed they were to greet me. I think it's a reflection of a group of players and a coach that have either earned trust or choose to trust each other, right? Like, they trusted me to be the head coach. And I trust that I'm going to help them reach their goals. And so we're in this together. Like, that's how I view this thing, all right? That yeah, you're the head coach. You have to lead. You have to have the vision and the plan and the process, but we're in this together. We succeed together, and when we have difficult moments, we have those together, and we all have to own it.
Good luck on Saturday.
I appreciate
Great
it.
to talk to you again.
Appreciate it. It's always a
Do you want to hit
pleasure.
Paul? Do you want to hit Paulie again?
It's your home game,
It's
coach.
tempting. You know what I mean? It's very tempting.
When's the last time you hit somebody?
Uh,
Like in practice, do you ever?
no. I
rough up?
used to.
Oh, you did.
Well, my year as defense coordinator probably was the last time I put on the little chest pad and let them hit me. They would try to go a little bit extra. But with 4 boys at home, sometimes there's wrestlers, there's football players. We have some pretty good matchups.
You don't want to mess with the wrestlers. You don't want to mess with the wrestler.
I don't mess with the 18-year-old, but the 12, the 10, and the 6-year-old, I can still take them. Yeah, I can still take them.
He's Marcus Freeman. We'll come back after this Dan Patrick Show.